A very good morning once again to Oberstdorf. In fact, good afternoon from Oberstdorf on day 3 of the 2005 Nordic Ski World Championships. David Goldstrom together with Inge Bråten, a man who in his time coached the top Norwegian athletes to no less than 8 Olympic golds. Well, what we have for you today, centre stage this afternoon, is the women's double pursuit. 7.5 kilometres in classic style, then into the pits to change the skis and the poles, and out for the freestyle skate for 7.5 kilometres. Well, the bookmakers this morning have made Norway's Marit Bjørgen 2-1 strong favourite to take the gold medal. So let's hear her thoughts first on her 10-kilometre bronze. Bronze medal behind Katarina Neumanova of the Czech Republic.
In the season, I think that I did not start in this race, but I have been in very good shape all the season, so after Winkel I choose to beat on this race, and when I take a medal, it's very good for me.
A real confidence boost for Marit Bjørgen as she prepared for today's double pursuit. Already a World Cup winner in this discipline in Val di Fiemme.
I have won in this season, so I think it's possible to take a medal in this one too. And I am in very good shape, I think so, after today. So, and then I hope gold will have been very fine for me.
The combination with the classical style and freestyle, is this good for you?
Yes, I like it. When I'm in very good shape, I like it better and better.
So a great start for Marit Bjørgen, but today looking for gold. Well, Inge, another very nice day, but a warm one and maybe a difficult one for the servicemen, particularly in terms of preparing the classic skis.
I think so.
Well, this is the sort of temperature we've got today. As you can see, not zero as far as the air temperature is concerned. It's 1.40 Celsius, the air temperature, and the snow -3. Well, of course, this is the double pursuit, and so it means it's a mass start, the first mass start races, and as you see the start list, the athletes coming out onto the arena here to take their positions. The front rank there, Katarina Neumanova, was even thinking of going home after her 10-kilometre success, but persuaded to go for the double pursuit. I think her daughter, Lucia, is out here, or at least on her way to see mum skiing. Wearing Julia Chapalova, really gutted by missing out on the silver medal that she got by just 1.2 seconds. She missed the gold, but Marit Bjørgen in the foreground there, no problems. Really delighted, Inge, with the bronze medal.
Yeah, and she also liked the courses here in Oberstdorf very, very well. Steep uphill is the best for Marit Bjørgen.
In foreground, Claudia Kunzel, who was unable to start in the 10-kilometre race at the beginning of the championships, and out today, but Jochen Belle, the head coach for the German team, not too confident about Claudia's prospects today. She's on offer at 25-1 from the bookmakers. So once again, welcome to Oberstdorf. Day 3 of the Nordic Ski World Championships today. The women's double pursuit, the first leg on a really tough course, 7.5 kilometers in classic stride and glide style on the Burgstall course. Then the pit stop to change the skis to go out for 7,500 meters skating, the second half and the decisive part of this women's double pursuit. Until now, this race has been in championships terms only over 10 kilometers. This year, like the World Cups, it's up to 15,000 meters. The world's best lined in the front rank with Katarina Neumann-Over, already a gold medal in her pocket, and away she goes. David Goldström together with Inge Bråten, and isn't that a magnificent sight, Inge?
Yes, it is, and I think this is the most popular we have in the cross-country skiing at the moment, and we can also see all the spectators more today than it was a couple of days ago. We have more people here from Germany, especially on this Saturday.
Yes, but good number of spectators from all over Europe and indeed the United States and Canada, and some from Australia as well. And as they go up the first climb here, take us through this first loop of 3.75 kilometers, which they do twice on the Burgstall.
And they go directly into a steep uphill where they are just now. We can see a girl from Germany fall. Also number 21 is Confortola from Italy. And the course for the classical technique is much harder than the course for the free technique at the last 7.5 kilometers. And after 1 kilometer we have more flat, and then we have a steep downhill at the end. So you also must have a very good glide on your skis down to the stadium again.
Well, the bookmakers made Marit Bjørgen 2-1 favourite, and a very strong favourite ahead of Katarina Neumann-Over at 5.75 to 1, with Kristina Smegen of Estonia 7 to 1, and Bjørgen has made a really strong start.
And we also know that the Norwegian Marit Bjørgen and Hilde Gjermundshaug Pedersen must do a very fast classical technique. Chepalova must be a lot of seconds behind after this first 7.5 kilometers.
Another racer to watch out for, Finland's Aina-Kaina Saarinen, because classic is her speciality, so she's got to try to go up there and try to get some advantage here. She wears 15 as they start this long climb. It's a really long continuous climb, and there in the center of your picture wearing 3, that's Marit Bjørgen, and just going through 17 moving up there. That was Petra Madic, who's pretty proficient also in classic style. So on the right there, you've got Bjørgen. 2, that's Julia Chepalova. 14 on the left, that's Olga Zavialova. And just concentrating on the file on the right there, looked to be Claudia. Just trying to check whether it's Claudia Kunzel behind Marit Bjørgen.
We also had Valentina Shevchenko from Ukraine in the 3rd position.
In fact, Kokina of Russia it was, who's well to the fore, and Neumann-Over back in the pack at the moment.
But Chepalova, we know, is very strong in the skating. Not been very good in classical technique this season. She is already up at the 2nd position.
And this is just short of 1,000 meters as they keep on this climb. This is a really tough climb, isn't it, Inge? Because it just goes on and on and on. You're climbing up from, as we said, about just short of a kilometer, and the climb keeps going, in fact, to 1,500 meters from home. So it's almost a 1,500 to 2,000 meter climb.
That's correct, and it's the only climb in this 7.5 kilometers, so it's very important that the good classical will have a lap to the skaters in this uphill.
Now, waxing today, Inge, could be very tricky, particularly on the classic. We're in that danger zone of around 0, and this is the nightmare temperature for servicemen.
Oh, it is, and we usually use the blow wax for this snow, but today we have to use a wax much more soft than we usually use.
What about skis and structure?
That's also very important. I think around zero it's the most difficult snow to wax good skis.
And one piece of news that I must give you, that Virpi Koitinen, who should be starting, but our message is that she's not, the 2001 Pursuit champion from Lahti. And this is a replay from the start where you see a little bit of carnage going on here. And as you said, Inge, when we saw it the first time, that's Confortola, who's struggling at the moment. And 70...
It's the girl from Brazil.
It is the girl from Brazil, Francisca Shehazi, if I pronounced that right. But we had the man from Brazil, now we've got the girl from Brazil. So the spectators all the way round this track, and all of the racers commented how they were satisfied with the support they received on the 10-kilometre opening race. But here we get a chance once again to identify Marit Bjergen there in the white hat and the red pants, closest to you, still with the advantage.
We get the first timing after 3.75 kilometers when they are down to the stadium.
Petra Madic, you can recognize her, tall racer, Petra Madic for Slovenia, now moving up into second place with that bobbing ponytail. 12 just behind there in third place, that's Larissa Kokina for Russia. And that's a particularly good start by Kokina.
Yeah, and she didn't start at the 10-kilometer skating, so she is in good shape, I think, today.
Now, Marit Bjergen, this setting out her stall, the 2-to-1 favourite, to really put the pressure on in this classic leg.
And they have a gap, David. They have a little gap here.
Yeah, they do, and the whole concept in Marit's mind is to give herself a cushion of advantage when they change into the freestyle skate. And quite surprised that the gap has opened up quite as quickly as this.
And I'm also a little surprised that Hilde Hjermenshaug Pedersen is at 20-30 meters after the first four. In the Norwegian Championship 3 weeks ago, Marit Bjergen had no chance to follow Hjermenshaug Pedersen. But she has been up in the high altitude. Hjermenshaug Pedersen has been at home in north of Oslo all time. No high altitude training for the girl.
Larissa Kokina taking the lead now. They've had a couple of double pursuits this year. Maric was 10th and 8th. That's two respectable results. And you can see they're still on the climb effectively here. 13 moving up there, Baranova. 1, that's Neumanova in that second group, chasing hard. And Paruzzi losing place there, 33, already Storti, whose younger sister Cecile was in action earlier on. Sara Renner, whose husband Thomas Grandi was 5th recently in the Alpine Ski World Championships in Bormio in the giant slalom. Valbuza worryingly off the pace. Elenek there for Sweden also. An awful lot of work to do, and this climb has really sorted them out, Inge.
Yes, we can also see that Kristina Schmigen, one of the great favorites, was more than 15 seconds behind the lead.
Kristina, who is fit and well, but you also have to be very, very clear in your head when you're racing. And maybe Kristina's just got a little too worried and a little too concerned about other athletes rather than just staying focused on her own program.
I think these days she is. We also talked with the commentators from Estonia, and they had an interview with Kristina Schmigen after the 10-kilometer skating, and she was not in good humor.
And we need to try and catch up on Becky Scott of Canada as well, the Olympic pursuit champion. But we'll get a check, of course, when they come back into the stadium. And this, the beginning of the famous downward section where Ronnie Ackerman 24 hours ago zoomed to victory ahead of teammate Björn Kekaisen in the Nordic combined Gundersen competition. And Bjergen back in front now. Kokina's there. Maric just dropped a little bit off the pace.
We can soon see them from our commentator box, David.
Remember,
it's a little bit interesting who has a good glide down to the stadium.
And remember, they've got to do this a second time. So Marit Bjergen still away. It'd be nice to get some close-ups here, Inge. Then we could clearly identify everybody. We've got no timing splits until they come back into the stadium, so it is just a little difficult to pick them out at the moment. So all I can do is apologise. We'll do our best for you.
We have more Russian in the lead, both Kurkina and Baranova Mazolkina in the second and the third place after Marit Bjergen down to the stadium.
And Baranova, a definite threat. Wearing 13 today, but that may not be an unlucky 13.
We also have Olga Zavyalova in good position.
Olga Zavyalova, who was 14th in the opening race.
So the Russians are very strong here in the start of this Pursuit start.
Actually, let me correct that straight away. She was actually 6th in the 10K freestyle skate. So Zavyalova being as close up as she is now, and remember that she's a pretty decent classic racer as well. Got a bronze in the 15-kilometer classic race in Val di Fiemme in 2003, and you can see there the ranking.
Yatskaya from Kazakhstan is in the lead at the moment.
Olga Yatskaya.
And then we have Marit Bjergen, Baranova, Mazolkina, Kurkina, Becky Scott also in a good fifth position. Then Olga Zavyalova, Claudia Künzel also number 7, Parutsi 8, Chepalova number 9, only 1.8 of a second behind Yatskaya.
And Rita Lisa Lassila of Finland, the best for the Finns in 10th place, at 2.5 seconds off the pace. Rita Lassila, who said that she was not too dissatisfied with her race, but was not too happy about her ski preparation, but nonetheless not too disappointed by her 10-kilometer freestyle effort. So Yatskaya, very interesting to see Oksana Yatskaya, the 27-year-old Kazakh, who has been steadily improving. One of many of these women who actually took part in the Universiade Games. And here we get an idea of the lineup here. Marit Bjergen coming up there to regain the advantage.
Still ahead of Yatskaya from Kazakhstan. We are a little bit impressed of both men and women, especially from Kazakhstan.
Yeah, she competed in the double pursuit in Pragelato, the dress rehearsal for next year's Olympics, finished in the top 20 there, and was also 17th in the double pursuit in Val di Fiemme. So there is a guideline to form, and I was going to say, like quite a few of the women in today's race took time off just after the new year to ski in the Universiade there, and had a pretty decent fifth place finish in the 5-kilometer freestyle. So Bjergen leading back after this. Has dropped down to 20 seconds off the pace. It's still Yatskaya up front with Marit Bjergen. In picture there, Christina Smegen, the defending world pursuit champion.
40 seconds behind.
And that's a worrisome gap there. Sarah Renner from Canada. But the good news for Canada is that Becky Scott still strong in the leading group. Malahova, who had such a good race also for Kazakhstan, will improve on the second leg when they go to freestyle, but struggling at the moment.
And we can also see that Marit Bjergen together with Baranova Mazolkina from Russia and also Yatskaya from Kazakhstan, they have a bigger and bigger gap to the others here in the steep uphills on the second round of the classical technique. She's trying and trying, Marit Bjergen, but she will not get the gap she wants after the classical.
Just taking a bib off number 4.